Hey Virgo, welcome to your weekly forecast for September 30th through October 6th. We're going to see what's going on for you with this tarot deck here for the week ahead. This is going to be your weekly messages. This is going to be a blessing and a prayer message for you from that deck there. As always, if you're curious which cards I'm using, if you like them, you want to get them for yourself, you can check out the link in the description of the video. I always put the link to the cards I'm using. All right, my darlings, we're going to see what is happening for you. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, September 30th through October 6th. Alrighty. Wow, the cards are like stuck. You guys are having a hard time making a decision about something. I can tell you right now, a lot of you Virgos are feeling torn about whether or not to do something, or like, you know, which option is going to be best for you, because your cards are sticky. Sticky cards. Here's your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, Virgo. Sure enough, Two of Angels, a balance. You're not wanting to make that decision. This in traditional tarot would be Two of Swords. So this is going to be about like you're not wanting to see the situation and you might be feeling very overwhelmed about it. So if you can take a balanced approach towards it and just try to face it with some reason and like, you know, ground yourself, you know, just come into some balanced feelings, it's going to be easier to make a decision. For some of you, I feel like you need to seek out you need to seek out a quiet place. You need to seek out a quiet place and just kind of sit there where it's quiet, there's no interruption. Maybe, you know, turn off your phone, you know, be somewhere where you're not going to have your email notifications popping up or text messages or phone calls. Sit in the quiet. I'm hearing Spirit say, sit in the quiet and the answer will come. So all you have to do is just kind of sit there in the quiet, okay? And try to allow yourself to relax. Maybe say a prayer, you know, before you do it. Ask your angels and guides to be with you, to surround you with love and protection and peace, and to calm your heart. One of the easiest and quickest and best prayers I have ever been taught, and I've been taught a lot of prayers in my lifetime, that, you know, really helped me through a time of, you know, making my spiritual connection and figuring out what that was Dear God, or you could say universe, or whatever resonates with you, but I like the term God. I would say, you know, Dear God, thank you for filling my heart with your love and light. Some people I know like to say, thank you, Archangel Michael, for filling my heart with your love and light. Or you can ask for God to send Archangel Michael to watch over you. I like to say, Dear God, thank you for filling my heart with your love and light. If you are someone that, if there's like any particular saints that resonate with you, I am not Catholic by any means, but I love Saint Francis, and I like to work with Saint Francis. So sometimes I will kind of call on him or ask for his help to bring about a sense of, like, you know, balance and to bring in peace. The prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi is coming up in my mind right now. So that might be a really good prayer for you to say or recite before you sit down in the silence. Or whatever it is, you know, maybe you don't have a Christian-based religion. Maybe you have an Eastern religion, or maybe you're Muslim, or whatever it might be. If there's a particular prayer that resonates with you, that gives you a sense of like peace, a sense of like grounding yourself, feel free to do that before you sit in the silence. But I'm going to go ahead and say, guys, just sit in that quiet. Maybe set a timer for yourselves for like 15-20 minutes, maybe longer, maybe half an hour, maybe an hour. Just sit in the quiet and the answers will start coming. Calm your heart, and sit in the silence, because I feel like answers will come to you. The only reason why you're so torn is because you're looking at the situation through an energy of fear. and fear overwhelms us. It stresses us out and it makes it hard to see clearly. So if you can calm your heart and sit in the silence, your soul will bring you your answer. You already know inside what the right thing to do is. Your Wednesday, Thursday card, Virgo, is the ego. I don't know, Virgo. You guys had some really playful energy the past couple of weeks, but you know, coming into this one, the energy is like it's getting serious. It's time for some life choices and life decisions. Now, Virgo, I'm not picking on you with this tarot card here. Obviously, I have no control over which cards come up. But, you know, don't feel bad because this came up for, who else did it come up for? It came up, I believe it came up for Pisces. It came up for Scorpio. And there may have been one other. But you're not the only ones that got the Tower, so don't feel bad. And I'm going to tell you guys the same thing I always say when the Tower card comes up. It's listed here as the ego, and it says collapse, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing that's happening. Even if it's something that we deem to be negative or sudden, it's only happening to make space for something better, okay? But it could right off the get-go be something better, right? I always say this. You could be meeting the love of your life. You could be finding out that you're pregnant. You could be finding out that you got somebody pregnant. Hopefully you were wanting to, if that's the case. You know, then maybe it's not like the great thing. You know, it could be a new job, it could be moving, it could be a new home, it could be so many different things. So it's not always necessarily a something that we deem to be scary, but it's scary in that it's pushing us out of our comfort zone, and it's causing us to question the way that we've seen ourselves or perceived ourselves. For some of you Virgos, this ego collapse is going to have to do with you kind of looking at your value systems and what you believe and what you think is the truth. You know, there's what we're taught in school, and there's what we're taught in church, and there's what we're taught in, you know, college and career, and then somewhere in between that is like the rest of life, the things that nobody teaches us, and you might be coming across some gray areas, so you're having to piece it together and trying to figure out what it is you believe, like what's truly important to you. So there could be a bit of like identity, you know, I don't want to say you're struggling with identity, but you're figuring out who you really are, like who you really are now in this stage in your life, right? Sometimes like teenagers will go through this thing when like they're struggling and trying to figure out who they are and finding a sense of identity. And Virgo, I feel like you've been a certain person for a long time, and that person may not be resonating with you anymore. Or you might feel like life has taken you down a path that's really taken you away from the things that were important to you or the things that mattered to you, like in the beginning. And so you kind of might be hitting a reset button, or something might be happening midweek where you're having this massive epiphany and it's making you question the way that you looked at things. There could be something happening in the world. There could be something happening within your government. You know, depending on where you are in the world, there could be something happening in your government, or something happening within a religious institution, or your church, or your school, or your family, or whatever, that's making you question. I'm hearing questioning your allegiance. So it might not be something that drastic. It could even be something simpler, like friendships that you had, or a job or something. But you're kind of looking at your priorities, your principles, where you've been placing your loyalty, and if it's worth it. You know, like you might be kind of just restructuring your beliefs and restructuring your life. But I feel something is happening midweek where if you don't take the steps you're being guided to take, Spirit's going to make it very clear and start pushing you in a particular direction. And understand and know that it's for your best and highest good. It's not because you're being cursed, or it's not that you're being punished. Some of you are being redirected. And if you've been somebody who's been really like digging in your heels because you've been resisting change, then understand some change might be coming in where it's being very clear. Nope, Virgo, it's time to go in this direction, and you're being pushed in that direction. If you've been giving somebody the runaround and you haven't been giving them a decision, like say somebody's been asking you to commit to something. It could be a work situation. It could be a relationship, and you haven't been doing it, or you've been putting it on the back burner. That might be removed from the back burner altogether. Somebody might be making the decision for you. Your boss might come up and say, hey, you know what? We went ahead and we gave that to somebody else. Or that person that was trying to push a commitment may be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go see somebody else. So it could be where some decision is being made on your behalf because you haven't been wanting to make it. And what's really funny, those of you who watch my videos and who you've been watching my videos for a long time, some of you even say it in the private readings, because you'll have Two of Swords come up in your private reading and you'll beat me to it before I can even say it. And here is proof right here, what I usually say. I usually say Two of Swords is a warning that if you're not going to make the decision, the universe will make the decision for you. So here you've been in that Two of Swords already, my dears. And so I always say Two of Swords is like the Tower will happen. It's kind of a heads up like, hey, choose a side, make a decision, because if you don't choose, there's going to be a Tower moment and the universe is going to choose for you. And sure enough, here you have the Tower. Here it's listed as the ego. So you can make the decision on your own, or you can allow the universe to make the decision for you. But understand and know this is a major arcana, so whatever is happening is ultimately happening for your best and highest good, Virgo. We're going to go ahead and check out your Friday, Saturday, Sunday card. And we have Page of Stars. So something is falling away, and it seems like you're bouncing back fairly quickly. It may have been, was it Capricorn? Capricorn may have also received this. There's like a few signs that received the Tower. I think this is going to be a big shift for a lot of people. I can't remember who all else, but yeah, and there was somebody else where the Tower came in and they bounced back very quickly. And Virgo, the same thing is happening for you. You're bouncing back fairly quickly. Page of Stars is going to be what we call in traditional tarot Page of Wands, which is fire energy, creativity, passion. Here it's listed as curiosity. Please understand, passion is not limited to love and romance and sex. Passion is like having passion in life, something that you're passionate about, a life cause, things like that. Yes, obviously it can apply in the other way, but it's not limited. So I always kind of refer to Page of Wands as my adolescence card, or second adolescence card. So this is coming into like a new adventure where you're just very excited to, experience life. It might be like a rebellion, Virgo. Some of you might be hitting some kind of a rebellion. Maybe some of you who are a little bit old, not older, but some of you who are grown and of mature age, maybe those of you who are like middle age, you might even have people that are accusing you of having a midlife crisis because you just have such a lust for life and a hunger for life, and you're wanting to get out there and you're wanting to experience it. This is really weird. I don't know if there's any Amish people watching, but I just heard Rumspringa, or like whatever it's called. The thing that the Amish kids do when they have to decide if they're Amish or not. If somebody comments you're telling me that you're Amish, I'm just going to assume you're trolling. I'm just going to assume y'all are trolling, okay? I don't know why I heard that, but you guys know my rule. If I hear it, I have to say it. But yeah, there could be something in that way where you're just kind of experiencing life so you can see what you like and you can make a decision. Like, life is just like this buffet, and you're going and you're grabbing different things and you're piecing it together, and you're figuring out what you like and what you don't like, and what you want and what you don't want. So I don't know, Virgo. It's interesting energy, but definitely feels to me like you all are ready to like tear down the old and build up the new. Like it's kind of like you're wanting to go through life and do it your way, right? Because when you're a teenager, there's the emo teenager. I always say that. There's the emo teenager that there's like all the hormones and they feel sad and they feel mopey and they want to be alone in their room. And then there's the times in our teenage years where we feel very excited and we're like, you know, discovering our independence and our friends and like the tingly feelings in our body when we're like discovering that we're attracted to people or like whatever, like all of that stuff. There's like the fun part of being a teenager. And so Page of Stars or Page of Wands is I associate with that excitement, that enthusiasm, that optimism, that independence. So some of you are getting that fire back, and you're just kind of, you know, experimenting or sampling what the world or life has to offer, so that you can decide what it is you want to do or what direction you want to go in. It's almost like something is being removed and you're like, oh, thank God, I didn't want that anyway. Oh, I'm free now. And so like now you're like really taking advantage of that freedom. So it's interesting. You all have to let me know what it is for you. We're going to go ahead and pull your prayer card, your blessing card. And I invite you, Virgo, to watch your moon and rising videos, because some weeks those readings might resonate with you more than this one. Or you might like the prayer for that reading more than this one. So I do encourage you to do that. And last time I did the prayer cards, a lot of people told me that they went ahead and they listened to it a few times. Because they felt like somebody was praying over them and it was comforting. I think that's beautiful. I'm touched by that. I have no problem with you doing that. But I will show you the prayer from the book if you want to take a screenshot and read it out loud to yourself during the week. Or if you want to use it as inspiration to write a similar prayer in your own words. Whatever works for you, my darlings. You know, go for it. So you have a prayer, a blessing for peace of mind. How beautiful is this, Virgo? And it sounds like you all need that peace of mind with, you know, having a hard time making a decision. I feel for some of you, when the decision is made for you, as relieved as you might be, you might also be feeling a little bit guilty. But here is this energy to bring in that peace of mind. So let's see here, Virgo. When you awaken and trouble is sitting there with you, right on your shoulder, speaking to you, of all you must fret and be fearful of, let this blessing come to you and be felt truly in your mind, where the turbulence has reigned for too long now. Let the quiet of the natural day steal in. Let the soft call of your spirit whisper to you that you have worried too long and that it is time to set down your burden and let the angels and spirit beings deal with what cannot be unraveled by the labyrinth of thought. Let it go and let it be, for it is not for you to do what others will not, cannot, or remain ignorant of. It is for you now to care for you. Let peace that quiet blessing, softly take up residence in your mind and speak calming words to you, soothing every objection your mind at war with the world creates. Let the nurturing of the mother, the planet herself, who loves you so and cares so much for you, take hold and take root within your mind. Let yourself do only what must be done this day, and be very kind and very gentle all this time with yourself. Speak softly. Remove yourself from anything that provokes the disquiet unnecessarily, and calm yourself through the taking of moments to soothe yourself. Let your mind release one by one those terrible thoughts that have tortured you. Let your body relax and move. In the movement, free yourself from the stress and tension. Let the idea of being at war with the world, isolated and alone, go, and for a time seek out only those who show kindness and sensitivity to you. Be patient with yourself. And in this patience, let the blessing of deep peace be yours. Blessed be Virgo. Here is the screenshot. Here is the first half. Here's the second half. If you want to go ahead and write that down or read it to yourself. My darlings, if you're looking for more of a love reading, you can click on the description in the video, the link in the description. I'll take you to the love readings. And if you would like a private reading, you can click on the Calendly link. I am having a special for October, a birthday sale. So phone calls will be 50% off. Take care, my dears.